In Deep, written by Michael Segedy, narrated by Sam Rosenthal. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. Edmund Burke. Chapter 1. The liftoff in the twin-engine Cessna 340 was smooth and uneventful. It was a bright, cloudless day over Lima, Peru, and the weather report that Senator David Kirsten received from the American Embassy promised a pleasant flight. As chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee on Crime, Drug Trafficking, and Terrorism, the senator's official purpose in Peru was to determine to what extent the Peruvian government had implemented measures to reduce cocoa production. Colonel Luis Antonio Vargas sat across the aisle from the senator, lecturing him on the Peruvian government's vigorous anti-drug campaign. He boasted that in the last month, Peru had destroyed over 100 hectares of cocoa. In a sting operation, the national police had stopped a shipment of 400 kilos of cocaine to the U.S. This had been big news worldwide, and staunch anti-drug senators on the committee back home had used the cocaine bust to illustrate the success of the war on drugs abroad. The senator, a tall man with a full head of gray hair and a large teddy bear-like physique, listened politely, but he needed more than the colonel's words to convince him of the Peruvian government's efforts. He wanted to see the eradicated cocoa fields. The colonel had to demonstrate that the Peruvians were seriously complying. If not, then the senator was determined to do everything he could to defeat the bill in Congress authorizing additional aid to Peru to fight the drug war. Kirsten suspected the CIA was using DEA money to combat the left-wing insurgency in this poverty-stricken nation, and that the drug eradication program was just a front. He had even dared to bring this up during one of the congressional hearings. "What you see below, Senator," the colonel said, pointing to a large defoliated swath of jungle, "is one of the farms we decommissioned last week." The colonel, a round-faced, middle-aged man with thick glasses, opened his leather case, took out a pair of binoculars, and passed them to the congressman. Senator Kirsten adjusted the focus as he looked out the small oval window at a portion of defoliated jungle 5,000 feet below. He was about to call out to co-pilot Major Spanchik, the U.S. Army horticulturalist, and ask him to take a look at the area of defoliation, but decided to wait and hear the colonel out. Major Spanchik had accompanied the senator for the purpose of identifying cocoa fields and providing him with technical advice pertaining to the cultivation of cocoa. "As you can see, Senator, the hacienda is large. It has around 10 hectares of land dedicated solely to cultivating cocoa. Had, that is. The campesinos have agreed to plant coffee beans and soybeans."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?